A friend shared me a video of a guy who shared about how he went through 3 different spiritual/religious faiths only to be so-called misguided for many decades. And how after reading this certain book, he eventually decided that he would just trust himself and spread the truth himself. And my friends asked me for my thoughts on this because the 3 spiritual faiths/practices were pretty popular ones. And so I thought I wanted to share my take over here through this video as well. I want to start out by sharing a very neutral perspective that my own spiritual mentor, teacher Lu Xia, once shared with me, which is that there's actually no good or bad religion/spiritual faith or best or worse. End of the day, whatever is best for you in terms of a spiritual faith is whatever is most suitable for you and whatever you resonate most with and that actually helped you with your life problems. And she also shared that now is very chaotic times, not just in terms of whatever's going on in the world, but also in the field of spirituality, where commonly known orthodox kind of spiritual faiths, the conventional ones you know about, there are also bad crops that have kind of emerged from this faith. That means like bad disguising as this orthodox good front and, spreading the wrong things. And so everyone must exercise clear judgment, discernment, and analysis before choosing to follow any spiritual path. Do your due diligence, understand what exactly is this faith or particular spiritual leader that you're following all about. Do your thorough research, take time to understand and not just jump in straight away, including the words of what I'm sharing over here in this video as well. So back to the case of the guy who shared about these 3 spiritual faiths that misguided him. I personally know of people in 2 out of 3 of these faiths who are actually living very good and harmonious lives, and they're very exemplary, good human beings. So you see, the original founders of most, if not all of these spiritual faiths started off with genuine good intent and truly help people, guiding them spiritually and as a person. But sometimes it's their descendants who go on to satellite branches whatsoever and may sometimes have a different perception and understanding of the teachings or practices and end up gradually bit by bit misguiding people. It's just like the cliche saying, right? If you're going one straight line towards your goal, if you deviate by just 1 degree, with long enough time as you travel, this 1 degree can lead to a very, very great deviation from the original goal that you want to end up in. So it's not that this original spiritual faith is wrong or bad, but sometimes it could be that satellite leader or that branch that you visited, maybe they just so happen to be, teaching the wrong things or practicing things in a not so good way. So that's where one has to learn to be discerning and thoughtful and not just generalize it as, oh, this whole entire faith is bad. And secondly, sometimes it's the believer themselves that have a misperception or a lack of total understanding of what that faith is truly trying to convey. And so they themselves in their mind or in their practices, they deviate and go astray because of their misunderstanding. And so that faith turns out to not work for them or quote unquote misguide them when it's actually their own problem. Especially in a phenomenon where some people, they like to learn one thing from this place today. The next day they see something interesting in another spiritual faith, they go to this other place. Next day they go to the 3rd place and the 4th place and they go and learn from everywhere. And what my mentor teacher Lu Xia shared is that spiritual faith is very similar to, like, for instance, having a relationship, right? If you are a two-timer, being together with this person one day and next day you switch to another partner, there isn't that sincerity and that loyalty, that devotion, even in the case of friendship or like companies, career. When the time comes you actually need help, these people, they won't care about you because they'll see that you're not a sincere person. So likewise in the case of spiritual faiths, when these people, they need help from a faith because they have been everywhere. So the higher beings also, do not help them. So again, I want to emphasize that when it comes to spiritual faith, don't be so easily influenced or convinced by others watching a video on the internet and then forming a judgment about this particular faith. Even the words that I'm sharing today, just take it with a pinch of salt. Study, form your own analysis. And when it comes to selecting the faith that you feel can help you, follow your heart. Sometimes when it's something that aligns with us, our heart can feel it because there's that frequency resonance. So hope this mini rant here can somehow help you at least a little bit with your spiritual journey.